Steve Robbins here. Welcome to the Get It Done Guys quick and dirty tips to work less and do more. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, how much you have to offer, or the results you deliver, you will never benefit from any of it if you aren't a good negotiator. Good negotiators do research before they begin the negotiation. Now that her business is going like gangbusters, my pal Bernice has decided to return her attention to her wedding. Specifically, the cake. She wants a sheet cake that feeds 250 people, featuring a complete replica of A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte by Georges Seurat, done entirely in buttercream frosting, by hand, dot by dot by dot. She's found a baker who's an artist. His name is Louis, and everybody loves him. He's pleasant, he's fair, and he's generous, but he's not quite generous enough to agree to Bernice's terms. He wants $2,500 for the cake. She is prepared to offer $150. Even as I speak, she's rolling up her sleeves to enter the negotiation. With this much disparity between the offers, I doubt they'll reach agreement. Yes, she's on a tight budget, but Bernice has unrealistic expectations for price. If she doesn't want to be laughed out of the room the moment she makes her offer, she needs to do her background research. Fortunately, she knows that. The more Bernice knows about what's going on in Louis's mind, the better she'll be able to reach an agreement that works for both of them. In an ideal world, she would do a Vulcan mind meld with Louis and know his negotiating position perfectly. Unfortunately, she isn't a Vulcan, and this isn't a perfect world. Before negotiating, it makes sense to use the internet for something other than posting pictures of food on your news stream. Why do people do that? Google the other person's name, their company name, and their industry. Spend some time reading up on any news, hobbies, transactions, takeovers, personal triumphs, and/or profiles that might help you understand the person you're negotiating with. Bernice's quick Google search found an interview in which Louis was discussing opening his new bakery. In it, he says, "It's plain, and we don't have much money for fixing it up yet, but I'm hoping it will bring in the dough." Interesting. Louis likes puns. Hazmat suits will be a necessity. You can also talk to someone else in the same industry to get an insider's take on what will be important in a negotiation. Bakeries are regional, so Bernice called a bakery in a nearby town and asked to speak to the owner. She said, quite frankly, "I'm about to negotiate for my wedding cake. I know I can't pay what he's asking, and I want to understand what's important to a baker so that I can find a way to pay in other ways. Would you be willing to tell me what it's like to run your business and what kinds of things are important to you as a baker?" The first three bakers she called said, "No, I'm too busy running my bakery." But the fourth agreed to talk. Now, the only question was what to ask. People take different things into account when making decisions. These are called criteria. Every person is different, but there are patterns. Bernice asked, "What are the main factors you consider when setting prices?" The baker promptly replied, "I have to stay profitable, of course. I charge more depending on how complicated the job is, and I give a discount when people buy my day-old bread. And sometimes I offer freebies to longtime customers." Now, there's no guarantee that Louis has the same policies or the same criteria, but by asking a few different bakers, Bernice did find that complexity of the job and loyalty seemed to be two major pricing factors. You also want to understand any hidden currencies that they may have. What do they value highly that you can provide easily? I've negotiated extreme price cuts in exchange for helping someone with a business school application. Some currencies are individual, like the business school application, but some can be common to the profession. By chatting with several bakers, Bernice came to understand that they all have to get up very early, and some of them aren't naturally morning people. There may be something that can be done there. This gave Bernice enough information to get into her negotiation with Louis better prepared. The big meeting finally arrived. During the negotiation, Bernice took the time to get to know Louis better. She discovered that he is indeed a morning person. He loves his loyal customers, and he enjoys city living, but he still pines for the countryside. With this information, she and Louis reached an agreement. She understands that a complex commission takes up a lot of any baker's time, so she's come up on the price that she's willing to pay. But she also used the currencies that she discovered in her research. She's going to give Louis a number of plants to keep in his bakery so he has a feeling of countryside. And she's promised to order her company's daily cupcake order from Louis, and she's even going to come by at 4 a.m. to keep him company while he bakes it. This will be her way of becoming a loyal customer and helping him feel great about being up at 4 a.m. Louis accepted the gesture and the plants, and he has come way down from his asking price. They found a zone of agreement, and Bernice will shortly be the recipient of a wonderful wedding cake. Do your research, and you can bring much, much more to a negotiation than you may have thought possible. If your negotiating counterparty is willing to talk directly, hey, talk to them. But if not, you can talk to people in their same business, but who are in a different geographic region or have different customers and aren't direct competitors. Every negotiation gets better if you take the time to understand the other side's criteria, the general issues of their business, and the issues that they individually have. You'll be able to go beyond mere agreement to find ways where everyone gets more than they know they want. This is Steve Robbins. Follow Get It Done Guy on Twitter and Facebook. Want to save the world? I mentor people who play or want to play a big game. If you want to know more, visit steverrobbins.com. That's SteverRobbins.com. Work less, do more, and have a great life.